think maybe 400 agents in the entire country. Colorado, which is about half the size of Germany, had only 2 agents. So you can imagine how it was pretty easy to evade their advances, if you will. Especially given that there's actually a few more liberal cities, if you can call them cities, in Colorado, such as Nederland. There's a fellow here from Nederland. I don't know if he's in the audience. But a funny story with the FCC agents, they showed up in Nederland and started asking people, hey, where's the pirate radio station? And they said, oh, that's Bill. He lives up the street. And so they went and visited him. And it was the wrong one, because there was actually 3 pirate radio stations running out of the city of like, what, 1,000? 1,500 people? Pretty funny.
I mean, there's an old tradition in Europe with pirate radios,
okay.
like especially like in the Netherlands in the 80s and stuff like that. So you're in Europe quite often. You're not only living in the United States.
Correct.
Have you been in contact with European pirate radio stations, or are you like collaborating, or?
Not so much, actually. I was told that it was pirate radio didn't really last very long, or it wasn't very consistent in Europe, because the system for catching the pirates is pretty well organized, as opposed to having 2 agents in the state size, half the size of Germany. But then I went to a club in Berlin, and they said, "Oh, we have pirate radio here every Wednesday." So I don't really know. I haven't gotten in contact with any real European pirates. So if you're out there, let me know.
Any pirates here?
Hey!
Oh.
Pirates unite. Okay, so in the beginning, when we had the van, obviously we didn't broadcast all the time.
So you had a van, and you were driving around like with the car?
With the car,
and
antenna was on the van.
Okay.
The VIN number of the van was scratched off, so the thing that identifies the van to police, the number was scratched off. The vehicle and the plates were registered to a homeless guy that we had met. So we drove this thing around. But, then we couldn't broadcast all the time, so we set up this STL link. But then we could only broadcast nights and weekends, because this guy had a business. We didn't want to risk his business too much. And the thing is, the FCC agents have only ever busted pirate radio stations between the hours of 9 and 5, Monday through Friday. They don't work at night, so so we only did it nights and weekends. And then it came about a year later that I decided to move to New York, and this was a big step for us, because that meant that they only had a certain amount of time to catch me, and so we decided to go 24 hours a day and just broadcast all of the time. We parked the van in the driveway at my house. We ran a bright orange extension cable into the back window and threw the antenna up in the tree and went on the air full time, briefed my roommates and told them that some federal agents might come looking for us, but they should tell them to go away and it would be okay. So eventually they did come, as we expected them to, and because they had visited us in different locations before, we were pretty well prepared. The thing is, at the day that they decided to come, I had bronchitis, and so I had just taken a massive heroic dose of codeine, and I was feeling very relaxed. Thank goodness. So I had just woken up, and I decided that I needed to go down to the mail, get the mail, when I noticed these 2 guys walking around the van. And I didn't think anything of it, because it's kind of a hippie town and there's a bus stop out front, and I wasn't really worried about it. So I went down to get the mail, and I started walking back into the house, and they ran up to me and they said, wait, did you know that there's a pirate radio station running here? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. The thing to remember is that the FCC is a regulation department. They don't actually make laws, they make regulations. And so if they actually want to enforce any of the regulations, they need support from another branch of government. Cops, federal agents like FBI, federal marshals, judges, etc., to actually get anything done. So it's actually quite easy to get away with not telling them anything and running a station.
So there's nothing they don't actually could really do then, They
did actually bring a cop with them that time. So if they had caught me in the van on the air, then they could have made an arrest.
Okay.
Yes, but
they didn't.
I was upstairs on codeine, and
you were on
it was all good.
So you were there on codeine, and you did it. And I think that's like a pretty tough hobby you have, I would say. And I think everybody in the room here wishes you all the best with your hobby in the future. Or actually, hobby, it's like a political statement,
Absolutely.
I would say. Absolutely. Even in the United States of America, where, you know.
It's even more important.
Even more important. Yeah. It was a pleasure having you here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. Maybe a short information for you. We'd understand the universe better if we had 3.14159 fingers. Okay, so nearly we are going to the end of tonight's program. I'm making some space here because it's time for a really interesting way of cultural production. I'll just put all the stuff away. Yeah. Michi. Dance. Dance is a pretty old form of human creative expression. It's even older than pen and paper role playing. And today we want to give birth to a new form of dance. We call it ballet, or better, ballet. Stop. Not the music. It's too early. We have to have our wonderful ballet group. Where are they? There are they. And tonight they want to present an interesting interpretation. They want to dance for you the birth of a TCP/IP data package. Maestro. Many thanks to our ballet group. And now it's time for the great finale. And I'd like to introduce to you Philip Stearns. There he is. Come. And Philip Stearns, where is the microphone? There he is. Philip Stearns, you're here from Los Angeles.
That's right.
And you're presenting us with an interesting concept. It's called... not that. That's another interesting concept. Go back, please. Come on. No, here, help.
I can do
The
statistical
PowerPoint is out of
analysis, that's
control.
cool.
What? No, the next one. This one. I see. But still, any sufficiently advanced statistic is indistinguishable from magic. So, whatever. Okay, Philip Stearns.
I don't quite know what to do with that.
Yes. The next one. I love? Is it love?
Yeah, it's I heart, or yeah, I love.
Okay, I love computer music too. So, in like a couple of sentences, what are you doing now, and what will be the end presentation of tonight's talk show?
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this computer tower here in the middle, and I've stuck some probes on the inside of it along the PCI slot and the RAM slots, so you can hear the data flying around on the board. And it's computer music. I mean, you're just sending it right to the mixer. And then there's also a visualizing element that operates on the process of feedback, and it's taking a VGA signal, hacking the RGB lines, and just cramming in audio to it, so you can actually see the computer data as well. And it also does its own sorts of things, so it's audio, video, synergistic kind of performance.
I would say that's the perfect ending for tonight's talk show. Thank you very much to the technical team. Thank you very much to the guests, to the ballet. Thank you very much, Michael Zeltner.
Thank you too.
Yeah, you haven't been talking a lot, but you have so much blood in your mouth. I mean.
Yeah, actually, it tastes pretty horrible.
Okay.
I'm glad that I haven't had to talk a lot.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael Zeltner. And now it's your turn. I love computer music too. Philip Stearns.
Thanks.